Hello, you guys. How are you all? Thank you guys for being here. I was in a rush, so I'm still in black and white. I'm not going to really be on camera much, anyways. I just wanted to say hello to you guys. I've missed you guys. I've been streaming like on another show, but not on my own platforms, and I have missed it. But I'm here and I'm going to hang out with you guys some this weekend. I'm still in black and white, like I said, but I'm going to go off camera. I just wanted to say hi. But anyways, it has been busy, busy, busy. Tomorrow, I am one of the hosts with Jones and Hey Jonesy and Chasing on No Safe Takes Network. So that's going to be really fun. And I want to kind of dig into some true crime stuff this weekend too. But I just want to come on and hang out with you guys, kind of chat. Uh, let you guys ask me anything, me ask you what's going on. I know a little bit, like not within the last day or so, but um, I wanted to talk a little bit about this annoyance complaint charge against Brittany, um, and kind of pick your guys' brains about that and just anything else random. Thank you, Jones. And yeah, I've been on a show in the locale universe, and I won't talk too much about it, but it's been fun. It's exhausting though, and I'm not sure. I'm just not sure. I'm not sure. We'll see. But I love the ladies I've been with. Like, they've really grown on me a lot. And they're just awesome girls. So that's been cool. It's been a fun experience. But anyway, dude, what's been going on over here? Hey, Lisa. Jonesy, like I said hi to you, but hello again. Hey, Kelly. Hey, Notorious Ash. Hey, hippie chick. Am I in the vertical or the regular? I can't tell. Lindsay, I hope everything's okay. Hey, Tebow, Julie. Hey, Hoodies in a Crowbar. My neat. Hey, Marlena. Jen in Jersey. Simply Rockstar. Hey, Kelly. Okay, so I got a question. Hey, Grandma Sherry. The last time, okay, neat. I didn't know anything about these either until a couple years ago. So it's like a citizen can go and report a crime and it goes through the municipal court. It's like, you know, still a crime, but it's I don't wanna say petty or smaller, but, it goes through the municipal court and, like, a city prosecutor handles it, and they have like I said, they have that in New Jersey, I don't know what other states. Um, so Julie, this creator, got one of those on Brittany. She also has a restraining order against Brittany's husband. That I can understand a little more. The annoyance complaint, I'm lost, like, what is even because last I had heard, people were just guessing, and they're like, "Is it because she allows him on there?" I kinda think, my god, like, look, if you do frivolous lawsuits, they might come after you. Look, I gotta tell y'all something. So, I saw the jerks called this SuTube, right? On a live that I was recommended today, but it was from yesterday. I think it said 1 day ago. So, I thought that was so funny because I had ChatGPT make this thumbnail I used today a few days ago. I was thinking the same thing. This is literally the lawsuit community, the trauma community. I say this because I'm in all kinds of different places, but the trauma community is the lawsuit community. And let me tell you what, I got to thinking. I thought I gotta say something about this. Stand up for you, Joneson, and a lot of other people, or a lot of just and other people maybe too. But stand up for all of us. This is the lawsuit community, but it ain't new, baby. It's been the lawsuit community since way back. This is what people do when they fight and they get to a point where there's it either goes so deep or there's nothing left, and then the lawsuits start. This happened a long time ago. Just like people have been showing court records and and I'm not saying any of this is okay, but this shit's been going on for a long, long time before the FOIA that you did, Joneson. Like, at least in communities I had been, it had always been like an issue where, or even with Betty and her record, but I had seen so many people's like just different legal shit they had been through in their life when they're in drama. It's not a new thing, but it is the lawsuit thing is like, geez. Yeah, that shit's been going on forever. Ash says, it seems like it's bullshit to me. A lawsuit is one thing, but putting criminal charges on someone is a whole other level that can do some damage. So neat. I pulled up, if you don't know about this, I actually have some stuff pulled up. This is kind of interesting because this happened a couple years ago. Now, I heard a little bit of Granny's Lab the other day. And if you know about this situation, you know who that is. And if you don't, I'll try to explain like all the parts along the way. But um, she's, in the RICO with Brittany. Um, she was talking about this and she got her words mixed up. But she was right about, see, people kept pointing out that she said the prosecutor found probable cause. She was just wrong with who found probable cause. A judge would be who found probable cause. But she was saying this isn't just nothing. It's not super easy to get this. Now, I'm not saying that um I don't know what the probable cause was. We don't know yet, right? But a couple years ago, Granny had to press charges on Kim and Crafton with one of these citizen complaints. And it did not even get to this level, like to where the probable cause was found to move to the next level. So that is, and we all kind of saw that go down. And it was something new to me at the time. I remember hearing, she's like, I pressed charges on you. And Kim somewhat walked through what it was and how you go about it. But so that was the first time I heard of these. It's like what you can do is if you believe a crime has been committed that the police don't know about or whatever, nobody saw but you can go and you report it. And then let me show you instead of like trying to read, like, let me just show you what it says on a couple different legal websites. I fear the criminal charges could really start a trend worse than any other we've seen. Mm. Well, it's like those the restraining orders. I guess you could have civil and criminal with those, but we've seen some. They're civil, but they're still pretty serious. That could really change somebody's life. But Craig says a lot of shit in the background. Like, so, but then again, I just don't believe that you are truly in fear that he's going to do anything. I don't know. I'm all over the place with my thoughts. I want y'all to tell me how you feel because I'm all over the place. So, this is the Glen Rock Police Department. Let's see. Why is it not allowing me to see the citizens thing? On the phone, you can read it. It's right here behind this. Let's see. This website there's something not right here. See, look, there's a overlay over the. All right, let's go to the other source I've got here pulled up. This is just an attorney, right? And this is just what they have on their page about these. I wanted the other one because it was police department, but how individuals can file criminal charges in municipal court. Many people are surprised to learn that in New Jersey, private citizens can file criminal complaints against another person without a police officer initiating the charge. This often happens in neighbor disputes, harassment allegations, simple assault accusations, domestic conflicts, business disputes, retaliatory cross complaints after arguments or minor altercations, and car accident confrontations. While the process is legal and permitted under New Jersey law, it's frequently misunderstood and sometimes misused. As a former New Jersey prosecutor and experienced municipal court defense attorney, Anthony Vecchio represents individuals who have either filed or defended against so he'll do either side. A private citizen complaint is a criminal charge filed by an individual. So they have the forms here where you can do it, or one of the forms, or you can go up to the court, I guess, filed under New Jersey court rules. Again, they're common in these offenses. Where are they filed? The court office, through police department. Not all private complaints automatically result in charges moving forward. So, this is what we're talking about here. New Jersey courts do not automatically accept every citizen complaint. Under Rule 722, a municipal court judge or designated judicial officer must review the complaint to determine whether probable cause exists and whether the allegations, if true, constitute a criminal offense. If probable cause is found, the complaint is issued and a court date is scheduled. If not, it may be rejected. The screening process is designated to prevent abuse. So this right here is where they're at. You know, probable cause was just found, and I'm just confused. I guess we'll have to wait until court to know more. But also, this is where the one against Kim and Crafton didn't go through. It was rejected. So that's why she has, I think, strong feelings on, hey, this isn't nothing, because people kept saying, probable cause doesn't mean, or just because it made it to this level doesn't mean anything. Well, I mean, I guess it's all relative, right? Depending on how you feel, your opinion, that's kind of what it is. Hold on one second, you guys. I needed to light a cigarette. Whew. It has been a long day. Hey, Chasing. Hey, Shelly Bean. Yeah, pretty much. I don't understand why people welcome Julie into this sector. You also have to remember the prosecutor or whoever has only seen and heard one side of the story. And Julie left out what she's done. So I suspect that may change some things. Yeah. You know, I'm with you on a lot of this. As far as what Julie's done, I think that's unfortunately with a lot of court stuff, that's a whole separate thing, and they probably wouldn't even consider that. At least in some YouTube cases I've seen when they go to court, the judge won't even consider what that's a separate thing. We're here to talk about this. That would have to be its own case. I don't know. Maybe they would. But I'm definitely with you with God only knows what she reported or what she said. Really. Hey, Stoop. She is not in fear of her life. She came into the sector being very litigious. She's playing games. I just don't like all the lawsuit stuff on either side. None of it. The only thing that I could even halfway support would be like when they're with any of it, even the RICO and everything, would be Seth, the father of a missing kid, wanting people to not, slander and stuff. I think that it was getting pretty rough, and I could understand his feelings. He's wanting to search for his son. But the rest of it, I mean, do people not understand how serious this is? Yeah, it might be fun and games for you bringing these lawsuits or whatever. It's not fun and games. This shit is life changing. It really is. I can imagine, and over some of the petty shit, let me tell you what, if you can't handle it, get off the internet. Truly. Don't get me wrong. I know Craig says a lot of dumb shit. But as bad as many things I could criticize with that whole situation, there's a lot of bad shit on the internet. There's a lot worse people out there, and at the end of the day, sometimes you just got to have thick skin and stop pearl clutching over every little thing. It's the fucking internet. I don't know. I think that it's like serious. And then again, criminal charges, like, even though they'd be petty, but still. Hey, titanium built. Nobody knows if he actually leaves home or drives IRL or not. That's true, right? But I still think, I need to know more about what exactly he said. What I have seen up to this point, I just could never understand being truly scared of him or them. I mean, to be honest, I don't know. But then again, you never know. I understand that too. But hey, Boculism. Alex, I really appreciate the review of the stream where I went up and spoke to Brittany. It was a great stream. Thank you. Thank you. And I'm glad you're here. Appreciate that. Thank you. I'm confused too because we don't do that here. The prosecutors press charges, not citizens. And I'm glad I can see that being highly misused. Wonder how many states have that. Let me do a Google search. I have like a couple clips of them talking about this, but I just think, God, have citizen citizen complaints. I've gotten new nails on, so there's like quite a few typos. Hopefully it figures out. Citizen complaints. This is the AI answer, though. I don't trust that. It says North Carolina is one. North Carolina is one of only several states that allow citizens to initiate misdemeanor and felony charges. This is citizen initiated. I'd be interested to know that answer, but I can't get a clear answer quick from what takes some more digging. Gives weekend to me. I think I thought my internet was messing up. North Carolina has something like this. Yeah, it looks like that is when what Google's saying. But I'm with you, Soup. I just think, come on, man. If it was a real serious threat, like, don't get me wrong. People were driving by my house, videotaping it and shit like that, and I don't know, I could feel threatened maybe by that, or at least on edge. I would know we would be good, but you better believe I'd be watching, right? I just can't imagine, like, it's not this shit is not funny, it's not for content, it's I don't know, I don't No, it might be mine because my, like, screen, like, did something weird for a second, but it seems like it's back. But yeah, again, this ain't new. This stuff has been happening, and the reason that, like I said, that Granny knew about it because she tried to do this to Kim and Crafton. This is a disgrace to all real victims. Damn, that makes me sad. Yeah, that's more of a threat than an RO, silly and a waste of time. Like, I get it if you have with abusive relationships and stuff like that, I can understand the purpose. And I guess for extreme circumstances with internet stuff. But this shit is too far. People do Uh-oh. Now I know I'm cracking up. Um, what I was saying is, doesn't don't they have shit to do? The people who are bringing these lawsuits and stuff like that. At the end of the day, when I'm done with all my chores and all the things I have to do, there are so many things I want to do that I don't have time for. I cannot imagine. This is Yeah, I cannot imagine. Angela says, I believe it got through because Julie put her son in it and he's a vulnerable adult, but nobody went after her son. It's just confusing because it's on Brittany and not Craig. Because, like I said, I know he said some things that now, even that, I don't know. Shit, I felt like he said, I don't know, he said some pretty fucked up stuff about me. And I would never feel like my safety was at risk, but I would feel like, what a loser he is. Excuse me for that, but he is. If people were more cautious online, they would be safer as well. I know I have overshared on occasion. I have overshared. Yeah. A lot of people do that. A lot of people don't realize how much they overshare and how dangerous that can be. And, you know, oh gosh, there was somebody who quit in the LCU recently, and she said the same kind of thing that I've heard Brittany say, like, I should be able to share my kids though. Like, and she kind of acted like I'm going to go to a part of the internet where I can. There is nowhere that you're safe to do that. No part of the internet. We should all be able to share our kids freely with, without worry. And of course, there's nothing like a mom wants to do more than brag on her kids, but unfortunately, there's weirdos out here, man. Freaking weirdos. And once they become obsessed or sink their teeth in, you ain't losing them. Some of them. So, what else has been going on? I do have a couple clips, but something was concerning to have a judge take it forward. Something, I agree with that. There was something. Was it true? What was the something? I don't know. Something caused the case to move to the next level where, yeah, they said there was probable cause. But what's the standard for that? I'd be curious to know where, where that line is. I don't know who has that kind of time for real. There are so many things in life that I would love to do, but I have no time for. Yeah, she's pursuing both, right? Him for one thing and her for another. Why, Brittany? All right, let's look. Let's just look and see, just because this is just like a quick clip of Brittany talking about this. I just want to hear it. But yeah, if there's anything else going on, anything y'all want to ask me, feel free to ask. I used to do like Q&As but you guys can ask me anything anytime. So I don't really do that anymore. But okay, here we go.
I mean, it feels like, yeah, it does feel like April Fool's Day, right? I didn't even think about that. Is April Fool's Day. Yeah, I mean, that's where we're at right now.
That's when their court date is, okay, on April 1st. That's kind of crazy.
But
okay, which court date is that though? I think that's for the RO, right? Or is that for this?
Lee Zimmerman, it's called, it's very real, y'all. I'm not holding anybody's chain.
Clip that.
It's an annoyance charge. You can look it up, and yeah, she absolutely did.
Don't talk about her. Don't mention her name.
Don't comment on her. Don't say nothing. Just,
nothing. Eyes are out. You just touched on it for a moment.
Yep, that's all. And the charge is an annoyance complaint, and I mean, and like I'm like, what? And it's criminal. It's criminal, guys. It's criminal.
Oh,
it's absolutely criminal. You can get up to 30 days in jail.
Wow.
$500 fine, and the consequences, if convicted, is she could get a protection order.
What the fuck?
I didn't hear the protection order part. That's kind of interesting. Let me share the link with you guys where I played this from. Now I gotta read a comment because Red Castle was telling Soup, how can you know what's going on 24/7? Dude, everyone else seems to think they know. Like, I agree with that, but also everybody wants to think they know what goes on behind people's clothes, like in their homes and shit like that. I have seen, by the way, with this situation, I was telling Melissa yesterday, I was like, dude, I have seen so much talk about all this legal shit, and so much of it is wrong. I'm like, nobody has a fucking clue what they're talking about. And I'm no different. I don't have a fucking clue either. But you better believe everybody just, repeats everything. They'll repeat something they hear if it's a creator they like or whatever. Don't matter if it's true. Who cares about fact checking shit? We in the defamation and harassment community, honey. We don't got to fact check. Like, you better be doing it more because the way people like to sue around here, you better get used to fact. Hey, Melissa, I just freaking mentioned you. Red Castle. What are you talking about? Do y'all not understand the concept of behind the scenes? Jeez. How prepared do you think Brittany will be this time for court? On time? A defense? Lisa. Girl. Unless someone else does it for her, I just don't see it being at all. That's just where I'm at. But being prepared at all. But whatever. That is my opinion. All right. Now we have Julie talking about it. Did I share that link? I'm into, but let me just. Not at all prepared. Lisa got jokes. Lawyer, defense. What? Bryn, the only people who are going to win in these situations are the lawyers. Yep, that is so true. And they win big time. I hope she gets an attorney, but I don't have much faith in that. I know. Happy to see Bryn as well. That's probably the only way Julie will get one. Brittany won't show. Well, hell, she didn't show when she was bringing one. But you know what? It's very serious. Like I said, if you're a gun owner, you better take something like this damn serious. You better get a defense. You better get an attorney. And there's a lot of other things for anybody who's at risk of a protection order, it needs to be taken very seriously. You better. I would. I'm just appalled that Brittany even has the nerve to be upset when her own dirty tactics are used on her. It's insane. All right, let's play what Julie said. I'm going to drop the link, though, if anybody does want to come up or something. Let me see here. I don't even know, man. It's like, where the fuck do we go from here? The audacity around here is astounding. Yeah. You know what? Like I was saying earlier, Soup, hell, this ain't the first. None of this shit is the first. Some people are just fucking nuts. And after they've fought and they can't fight no more, then they're going to do anything. Oh, and guess what, honey? Oh my God. Do not forget the part. If you need an attorney, you can ask for your chat to help. So, I've seen plenty of lawsuit funds that never went anywhere, that never even went to court. Back in the day in Krama, that's what it mostly was. Like when the Chris Watts community kind of started to shift and like the lawsuits and things started happening. All right, let me just play this because I'm losing my train of thought. I'm tired, y'all, as a mother. But I really wanted to come talk to y'all about this. I can't believe, like, where do we go from here? But I was saying people used to just ask for an attorney, act like they were going to bring a lawsuit, and very rarely they happened. They still happen, but there was a lot that never went anywhere.
To make sure people know that, like, for example, some people are writing Skolnick versus Jackson, right, as like a post or something. This has been picked up by the prosecutor, so they found probable cause already.
Right, Bryn.
So it is essentially, the prosecutor, or let's call it the state of New Jersey prosecutor, but in this case, it's a municipal court.
Oh my God!
Versus
wait,
the person.
Melissa. Oh, I hope it's Melissa. Let me put up my pretty little thing in case. Remember back in the day, this one person kept joining panels and going like flashing everybody. It was crazy times. Okay.
Peen bomb.
Hello.
Hi.
What are you doing?
Nothing. I just missed you, and so I'm gonna sit with you.
Yay, I missed you too.
I know.
No,
You do-
I'm just I'm just trying to figure out what the hell is going on. Like, there's so much I don't know, some that I do. But what do you think about this whole thing? Like this, number one, the citizen complaint that's now kind of going to court, and
Mhm.
the RO with Craig.
I don't agree with it. Like I think Julie is wasting court's time and resources that I don't think the RO is gonna follow through. I definitely don't think the citizens complaint's gonna lead to anywhere. I can be wrong. I don't know, but like I don't think that there's a legitimate concern
Right.
that Craig is going to show up in that state and do anything. I think that this is more about look at me. I think that this is what's gonna get me credit, and everyone praise me. That's just how I feel.
Right. Like, I'm sorry, but I don't think he leaves the house. I don't know. That's
Yeah.
just my thoughts. Like, he ain't going to New Jersey. Okay.
No, and that doesn't make like the comments that he has said okay. It doesn't, like
Agree. Yeah.
but I heard her mention, like something regarding her child, like who's a legal adult but still, a child is a child. But I'm like I don't recall anything being used. I remember that there was a reference to a public video. Correct me if I'm wrong. I do not believe anything was played. And I'm like, how do you go from that to making complaints or police reports that involve your kid? I don't know.
JP has a question for you. Yeah, I agree with you about that though, but she says, what is it normal to get an attorney? I didn't know she got one. I wouldn't think so, is it?
You don't have to. I mean, you could always have an attorney. You don't have to. With a citizen's complaint, you go down locally to your municipality court and you write up the complaint. It's a judge that deems probable cause or not, like you submit the complaint along with any supporting evidence you have. In this case, like Julie said, she submitted 3 police reports with her original complaint. um I believe that is why probable cause was founded, because they would be leaning more on the police reports and what they say. The bar isn't crazy high, like obviously there's going to be a bar, but it's not crazy high,
Right.
meaning once you come in with 3 police reports, I'd more than likely think a judge is going to deem probable cause. Usually these cases will get go through mediation and it won't even get to the point of trial. But you can have a lawyer. You do not need a lawyer. Like it's not like you have to enter, because it will be the state versus
Right.
Brittany. It's not going to be Julie versus yes, Julie is the complainant, but it's not her. Once they pick up the charge, it's the state versus
Right.
the defendant.
Oh, Tiny, y'all hit that like finally a conversation with an IQ greater than a fruit fly. But yeah, it's the state prosecutor, whatever. But
The municipality prosecutor. The
yeah,
DA has
city
had no
prosecutor. There
involvement.
we
I
go.
definitely want to correct that for her. There are different prosecutors, and yes, a prosecutor could be a DA, absolutely. But there's a municipality prosecutor that handles the lower level, because
Yes.
there's criminal, there's civil, and there's municipality court. And so there's a prosecutor that'll step in if and when it goes to trial. A prosecutor did not have to look this over to determine. It would have been a judge that deemed probable cause was founded.
Right. Yeah, and I meant to say city prosecutor for the municipality courts, right? And then like the
Hmm.
DAs are in the bigger courts usually. But
Yes.
um Kelsey, I think she said he was wearing a shirt. So Melissa, I was surprised because I heard a clip from Brittany. I just played it. And she said that this charge could get a month and 30 days in jail. Here's what you can get: 30 days in jail, a $500 fine, and a potential restraining order. That
Correct.
part is interesting. Like, is that what she's
Yes.
trying to do?
That's what I think she's trying to do. So, yes, of course. Like, this is at the same level. And when I say this, I'm not trying to minimize it. I'm just saying, like, this is the same court you go if you get into like a car accident and a police writes you up a ticket for like reckless driving or careless driving. You don't get arrested on the spot, right? Here's a summons. You need to show up to court. Is it technically a charge? Yes, like, but a lower end of the charge in municipality court. There's a chance for a $500 fine. There's a chance for 30-day in jail. Do I anticipate either of those? No. Now, what there's also a chance of is an RO, and that's what I think she's going for. I think she's trying to use this to build her evidence as she pursues the RO. In the RO hearing, now she'll be able to go in with this complaint and say that a judge found probable cause. We had a hearing and use the outcome of that hearing either to her benefit or not.
Right. Okay. And then what about, would Brittany be offered an attorney?
You know what? I don't know. I don't want to answer that because I actually don't know. I should have looked that up beforehand, but I know it's Zoom, like you could attend. There might be already a public defender who can handle it on the spot because these are like a lot of cases all at once, like in out, 5 minutes at a time.
Right.
So there might be, but I also know you could usually contact the prosecutor's office directly. And like I said, usually these are handled via mediation and like you plead
Right.
down to a lesser disposition, but I actually don't know if you
Well,
need.
do you get do you even get one like for like like the smaller tickets and stuff that go through municipal court?
Not
Like this,
all. There's not usually a
I didn't
reason
think
to.
so. Yeah.
You can listen again. You can always have a lawyer, and I always suggest, hey, if you could have a lawyer, have a lawyer. But that's not. You don't always see a lawyer coming in for simple charges like that. And Brittany does have absolutely a jurisdiction argument. I don't want to give her any advice, but she she definitely has a jurisdiction argument. But she has to show up and appear and like do what she needs to do or beforehand do what she needs to do, because if she just doesn't show up, it's not going to just go away. They will proceed if she's not there.
Yeah. Mm. And she might, that's just like what something she would do, just like the
Yes.
way she's handled this shit in when she sent out the cease and desist and Granny filed for jurisdiction. And then she's like, man, I don't have to deal with it and all the other shit. It's just,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, again, I don't agree with it. There's because think about it like this, like even with the RO, I won't say that there is no circumstance online where you will not need to seek protection. I'm aware that there is, but there are people who are waiting to be heard, have their case be heard, who are genuinely like in fear for their life, and their cases are being pushed down off the docket or pushed to another time because the court is being filled with all these, in my opinion, frivolous suits. Like I just
Yeah.
do not believe, from what I've observed, that Julie, you can't sit there and poke and pull up someone's entire family tree and make all these mocking videos and engage in, she's doing the copyright court, and that even more so adds to my opinion of why I feel like you're just going down the list of every possible thing you can do. And again, I can't tell you if she's genuinely fear. I just look at the behavior and I do not think that that is someone who is genuinely in fear. I feel like you're a pick me and you just want to do
Exactly.
something that's going to be so praised by all of her haters.
You want acceptance. And yeah, you think that just like those little videos. And if you remember back to when she was going on Jays and stuff, she was just tickled to death to be accepted by her. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And which is sad in a way, don't get me wrong, that is kinda sad, but also, like, I would say, like, this shit is life-changing. The stress, like, I don't know, it's a big deal. Why don't you just go live your life? Go fucking do something you wanna do. Life is short. There's so many things out there to experience and to do. Why the fuck are you wasting your time doing this shit?
It's
Just
a
to be
waste of
accepted.
time, it's a waste of resources. And honestly, if you disliked Brittany so much, why are you gonna continue to? You're making her a victim in a sense, you know, because I don't like her. I don't agree with doing this shit though. You're like, why are you doing that? Like, it's a waste, honestly. It's a waste of resources. It's a waste of taxpayers' money, time, all for what? Do you think he's gonna show up in the state? Do you think he's gonna do anything? I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Be frank, I think she's doing court tomorrow. If they're having it, she is, but she may. I don't know if it's going to be exactly at the time. I haven't talked to her. I'm just assuming. Soup says it's very telling of past behavior. She needs something, but an RO ain't it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. You're right. Like the mocking videos and stuff. That's not what a scared person does. But also, Melissa, I'm torn on that, on her actions, because we've seen in court in the past where the other person's action, the plaintiff, the person bringing whatever, the defendant goes, wait a minute, they've harassed me, they've done this to me. And the judge
Yeah.
says, well, then you need to bring your own charges on them.
Yeah, that doesn't really come into play too much, you know, like which it can suck. Trust me, I get that, you know, like where so with Julie, even with everything she's done to Brittany, I'm not saying that you can't submit it as evidence and you can't use it like in support of what your testimony will be. Yes, but it'll be very limited because you are not there about whether or not Julie
Right.
harassed or threatened Brittany and or Craig. You know, like I guess it would be Craig in this instance. That can be true, and you still threatened and harassed her. So you're only going to be there for the claims that are being made against you in that specific case. If you want to pursue your own action, that is going to be separate.
Yeah, that's really interesting. You wouldn't think. You'd think that, if somebody is a deviant monster and harasses the hell out of somebody, that they could not bring them to court.
Yeah.
But no, it happens. And sometimes the judge goes, well, maybe, you need to bring your own charges against this person or whatever.
Yeah.
So,
Well, no, she won't, Kimber. Even if Okay, so one, if you are successfully getting an RO against someone, that doesn't mean that you can't continue to post. Again, that would have to then be up to Brittany and or Craig to pursue an RO against her. It's not going to limit her speech, nor let
yeah,
me be
we've seen
clear,
that.
nor would it limit Craig unless the judge specifically puts in the order that you can't go online and talk about her at all, which that gets into a very, very tricky territory because that's against free speech. We saw it with Lauren Matthias, right? And her case, right? The judge was I cannot put in the order that she can't talk about her at all. I could put it in that you can't defame, threaten, but I can't say that you can't go on social media and even discuss this person because that gets into your free speech territory. So, yes, it's possible for a judge to get very specific. It's unlikely to say you can't talk about that person what at all. Like that, I don't expect to see that.
Yeah, I think I've seen one like that in a bunch that we've seen.
Yeah.
Go through. 1 second. Shoo, I had to hurry up and say 1 second. I was about to cough and I didn't want to do it right in the mic. I'm like,
you're
1
fine.
second. Does Brittany even talk about Julie? I don't listen to either, so just wondering. I don't listen to either, but I will, like, if something happens or with clips, and I don't think so. And I don't know, Nate, what her channel is called, but anybody's free to say if they know. But do you know, Melissa? Do you ever have you ever heard of
Her channel or whether Brittany talks about her?
whether Brittany talks about her or either
I
one?
have
But
I have heard Brittany talk about Julie, but to be fair, not on her own, meaning I've heard her respond to when Julie will drop a video or pull up her family tree or something like that. I haven't, now granted, I don't watch her like that, but from my viewing, I haven't seen her just like, hey, I'm going to start on Julie. And then when she is addressing and responding to Julie, that is usually when Craig chimes in the background. And that's what I'm saying. I don't think he has any fucking idea who she actually is, other than just hearing her say when she's responding and then he's mouthing off. And again, I'm not trying to minimize it. I'm just saying, like, that is the level of what we're dealing with. He doesn't even know you from a hole in the wall. If she used the name Betty, he would be going at Betty the same way. And again, it doesn't excuse it, but I'm saying I don't think there's a real threat there.
Yeah, and I'm glad you pointed that out because that's a really big part of this. Let's say he is talking about you and you're like, "Oh, so like about whatever he says." You have to remember or about someone you care about or whatever. You have to remember he is responding to what she's telling him. A lot of the shit he said about me, I understood. Some of it I didn't because it was pure lies, but when some of it I could understand his anger because she's right there telling him they're talking about our kids, Craig. They're talking about
Right.
this. They're saying our kids are fair game or something, which we would never
Yep.
fucking say ever. Of course, he's going to get mad as a
Mhm.
protective parent or as a parent, but you know,
Well, and
so
Mano Hannick, yeah, she does call her Julie Skull Snatch, and she has made fun of her lip. I don't know about her nose, but okay, that's still true to what I just said. I've heard her respond to Julie. When I said responded, I say like in a neat little bow. No, I've heard her adjust Julie when Julie gets her attention, and then yeah, she'll call her Skull Snatch. She'll make fun of her lip, whatever. But do I see Brittany ever on her own, like, hey, I'm just going to discuss Julie who isn't discussing me? No. Now, maybe you guys have seen that. I haven't seen that.
yeah. And Angela said that she did something. It was the night that Craig talked about her was a night that Brittany had did a live about, or Julie did a live about Brittany's uncle. And I'm sure Brittany was like saying something about it. And then Craig responded in the background. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Yeah.
But Pixie says, dumb question. Why not just log off and go about your day and just stay to your own side of the YouTube instead of getting court involved at all? Neither one can handle the same smoke they dish out. Dude, I agree with you. I don't think that's a dumb question at all. I think that's fucking brilliant. Like, dude, if you can't handle it, get off the internet and stop like running your they go so deep and so hard at each other for so long. Of course shit's gonna get nasty. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know.
People are in the chat are saying she's poked unprovoked many times in the past. Okay. Like I'm just saying I haven't seen it, but maybe you're right. I wouldn't know.
Hey Jill, Alex, how do you separate work, YouTube life, and personal life? I think the creators who can't make that distinction tend to struggle more. Boundaries are goofy, etc. Jill, for me, if I'm on YouTube, I'm not even like I've been doing this internship on it's a new show in the LCU, but when I go on there, there's not another soul in my house. When I come on here to do true crime or even right now, like there's not the possibility of my family being involved or being hurt or my kids. Back in the day, the kids would run past me and like I'd say hey or something to them and then they'd keep going, but that's not even allowed anymore just because I know what the internet is. So when I come on here, it's just me. You know what I mean? And you got to live your life. You can't spend the rest of your time like when you're not live. Let's say you're still watching YouTube or finding out what's going on. You can't let it consume you. You just can't do that all the time. And why would you want to? Like, dude, the weather's getting nice. I want to be outside. I'm like, I want to be at the water. I want to be riding our bikes, like going kayaking, like doing all the fun shit. I want to go to Crumble and get the latest cookies this week, and see what snacks Target just released for Easter. Like those are the things I really do want to do. I don't know for me, but you answer that, Melissa. How about you? How do you separate YouTube life and personal life?
Honestly, I think it's pretty fucking easy. And when I say that, I'm not saying that not to Jill. Like, you have a hard boundary and you do not put anything on the internet that you don't want out there as content. Now, is that going to stop people from ever crossing the line? No. But you control what you got to control. And I will not talk about anything publicly that I'm not willing for the public to consume and talk about. I keep my personal
Right.
personal. You really won't see me sharing much on the internet anymore. That's for sure. That's for sure. I learned my lesson real quick.
And you know that anything you put out, like it might hurt if somebody goes over it and if they twist it or whatever, but you willingly put it on there. So you
Yeah.
don't put the sensitive parts of your life on there.
Well, can I use an example of an issue I have specifically with Julie?
Of
Um,
course.
so I watched a video she uploaded yesterday, and it was her crying, okay? And it was a quick 1 minute plead. And essentially it was a plead to nonsense. She clarified in the comments that it was nonsense. Now, I didn't hear nonsense say this, so let me be clear. I only saw Julie's video. And so she's like, I'm pleading with you. I heard that well, no, she didn't say that in the video. In the video, she basically said, please, I'm begging you, whatever your issue is with me, let it be, but do not bring my child into this. In the comment section, she clarified that nonsense allegedly said that she was going to review a stream of her and Spencer where her parenting could have been, I believe the word used is exploitative. Now, anyone who doesn't know, Spencer is an adult, but yes, he is profoundly autistic. But Julie's channel very much is intertwined with both drama and personal. And she advocates and records a lot of videos and puts them out of Spencer to show, I guess, their journey, what it's like raising an adult child with profound autism. My point in saying all this is that's a great example, like, right, mixing with the personal and the work. Now, I guess you could make the argument that that's what her channel's being utilized for, but I know firsthand people have warned her, other creators warned her a while back. I would not mix anything to do if you're not willing to have that weaponized. And when I say that, that doesn't make it okay, that doesn't make it fair. But if you're not willing for people to commentate on that and discuss it, don't be mixing it, especially with a channel that's drama based in the drama community. So I really wanted to hear people's thoughts regarding this, because if nonsense, and again, I didn't hear nonsense say this, but if nonsense decided to review a stream that is public on Julie's channel, that is her and her parenting techniques, whatever it may be, is that the same as I feel like the message was giving in Julie's video, as if it was a child that was, again, and I don't agree with going at anything with the child, versus I think the focus was Julie herself and her techniques and what she's recording or doing. I feel like she was warned. You were warned, and that content is sitting public on your channel. At any point, anybody can discuss it and give their thoughts on it. Why does that surprise you?
That's a good point. Like, you gotta separate. Like, if you're doing it all on one place, why would it surprise you? I don't know.
Even if she wasn't from the drama community, if you're posting that type of content,
That's true.
not everyone's gonna have people. Some people are gonna not agree with it. You're putting yourself out there, you're making yourself vulnerable when you are posting that type of content. And that's all I'm trying to say, like, here, is that if you are not willing to have people, and there is a huge difference between going over a video and focusing on the child, the adult child in the video, versus focusing on Julie. I do think there is a huge difference, but either way, if you're putting that and publishing that content to the world, I'm gonna say the same thing that I say with Brittany, right? You're publishing this to the world. How can you turn around and plead, don't even review it, don't give your thoughts on me, and I'm going to make it as if it's about my child? When is it? I don't know. You posted it.
That's a good point. Even like the family vloggers who only post about their family on like whatever they're doing, there's tons of people who react and talk about what they're doing. You know what I mean? And they're not in drama. I'm talking about just the ones that are out there posting, like, people end up reviewing them. And that's the price you pay for putting the content out. And the price you pay for becoming a big YouTuber or going viral, or making, that for out of your life, is there's more people going to be paying attention to what you're doing. There's always a give and take, and there's always a price you pay. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
I think that's a little bit manipulative, what she did. And again, I don't, nobody is saying, like, yeah, go at videos and go through. No, it's sensitive, it's a gray area. But this is the problem with putting anything sacred on the, and that's all I'm saying. This is, it's all stemmed from Jill's question. And
yes.
what I'm saying is, if you are not willing to have it analyzed, picked apart, given feedback that is in pro or agreement of your video or given feedback that is completely against your video, do not put it out. And so that's all I'm saying. And there's that personal line for me. I'm not putting nothing out that I'm not willing
Yeah.
to have everyone pick the fuck apart because it's now on the internet. So it just reminded me of Julie's video, what I saw yesterday. And I'm like, that's not really fair, like, because if someone wants to now go through your video and critique your parenting choices and style based on a video that is showing your parenting choices and style specifically, that is what it's made for. How are you going to then come on in tears like, don't weaponize my child? Are they? They're going through your content.
Yeah. Interesting. I didn't see that, but now I'm gonna go watch it because you mentioned it. I want to see for
Yeah, it's like
myself.
1 minute, not even 1 minute.
I see your Laura Hohen's in here. They kept saying
There's
I'm
my
here
Laura
even though I don't want to be.
Hi, Laura.
And Grandma Sherry said, "Thank you for being here, even though you don't want to be. I'm glad you're here," or something. But yeah, dude, fuck, I wanted to mention something else about that, but I lost my train of thought. But it's no different than what we've talked about with Brittany. You know what I mean, with the stuff in the background. If you know, people are going to play it. You
Mhm.
know, they're going to react and judge your parenting. Some people have a line, some people don't. And you can't control that. All you can control is your home. If you know that, and you keep putting it out there, then I mean, I still don't think it's right, but what do you expect?
No, but
You get what you get.
apparently Julie has a long history, Allie. And there's an entire Reddit designed to talk about her because she came from TikTok apparently and started in, like I guess the autism awareness community. And she ruffled many feathers with fellow autistic parents because of certain videos she would post. And so it seems like this is a repeated pattern.
Mm. That's crazy. That is really crazy. And I know that she worked in, like, I remember hearing when something about like her working to change some kind of laws up there. So she's, yeah, just big part of that too. Surrounding
Yes.
Spencer, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
100%, Jill. Like my YouTube emails, my YouTube email, my personal emails, my personal email, my work emails, my work email, all separate.
Same. I had an email I used to use for like my tie-dye shirts. And once I stopped doing those, I created the send it to Alex Erickson for my channels. So it was easy. And then I have my other email. Absolutely. And then even for specific projects, emails just for that project, a case file request email that just for like that stuff. Like, absolutely.
Yeah.
Maybe even sit in a specific area for work and then not when not working. Anything to make that separation. Absolutely.
Jill, wait, Jill. Majority of these people do not work. Of course, there's not a separation. Literally, think about it. Like, majority of them do not work, which I think contributes to the problem, right? Their whole life is YouTube. There is no distinction. There is no line of demarcation. Everything is here.
Yeah. But even for those people, like let's say you're a stay-at-home mom or something, and all, like, don't you have other activities you like and other interests and like just anything else, And if you don't, you should, because
Should.
it's
Yeah.
toxic, and you will spend the more you spend out in this world, the worse it will get.
Yeah.
You can't expect people to not review a video you put out and still have up. Should they maybe not review it? Sure. But there also shouldn't be world hunger either, and there is. Maybe take it down. I agree with that. The internet's tiny. Dude, I gotta say though, Melissa, to you, Tiny, Grandma, Tess, Neat, so many people that are in here, many more. Thank you guys for coming over to hang out with me. Lisa over on Wild. That's been really cool to see you guys come over, and I appreciate it so much.
I will support you every damn day I could possibly can. I don't care what the content is. I'm there to support you, and I'm so proud of you.
Thank you so much, and I hope you know I do the same for you,
I
and,
know
yeah, I
you
just
will.
appreciate it. I don't know what I'm gonna do, I just don't know, but we'll see. It's been
Well,
a fun experience, you know?
yes. What were
But
you playing?
what was that, what?
What were you playing before I rudely interrupted your panel?
You wanna listen to it? It was Julie
Sure.
up on this panel. Okay, here we go. It's only 28 seconds, so I'm gonna rewind it. I listened to it, but to be honest, I was, like, half asleep, and I saved it because I wanted to play it, like, maybe 2 days ago,
Mhm.
and just have had it, so I don't even remember exactly what she says, but I know that Soup was saying that Kathy was, like, sounds so uncomfortable, so I'll
I
be
love
paying
listening
attention
to
to that.
Soup. Soup is so funny.
Oh my god, and a breath of fresh air. Like,
Yeah.
actually, there's a few places that are, but just so unique and, like, herself and just awesome. I agree.
Yeah. She's a welcomed, well, actually no, what welcome, because she's been here, but at least into my world, a welcomed addition into my world.
Me too. Tiny says, "Don't ever doubt my support for you because it ain't easy." And Lisa said about the same thing.
Yep.
Thank you. Listen, it's so nice though because a lot of the shit there is so unserious, and when the world can feel so heavy, like to have a place that kind of like doesn't feel like that. I mean, sometimes heavy shit happens anywhere, but you know what I mean? It's nice to have. And thank you, Red Castle. I appreciate that. Okay, you
She
ready?
is so fair. Yes.
Okay. Here you go.
To make sure people know that, like, for example, some people are writing Skolnick versus Jackson, right, as like a post or something. This has been picked up by the prosecutor, so they found probable cause already. So it is essentially, the prosecutor, or let's call it the state of New Jersey prosecutor, but in this case, it's a municipal court, versus the person charged. And I think someone showed the docket and it said VIRT, or, where it is. That would stand for, in my opinion, I think that stands for virtual.
Virtual.
Right.
Mm.
And
Yeah, I don't
so
think they'll have to. I don't know though. Judges are finicky. Some judges don't want.
I think
don't
they would
use Zoom.
they would put it right on the thing. I mean, because this is very soon, and
Right.
they know that this party, they had to send it to North Carolina. So if they put the room, where, like, what room or what courtroom or what, and it says VIRT,
That's virtual. Yeah, that's
in
definitely.
my understanding in here, that means virtual.
Yeah, it doesn't mean they do not have to travel, or she doesn't have to travel for her hearing. But and
Right.
Joey's right. Joey couldn't have done this on her own. Like I said, it's up to the courts. The evidence and the defense will be presented, and the court will make the decision. It has nothing to do with us. No matter what we say, no matter what we feel, it's not going to have any bearing on this ruling. It is solely up to the court
Right.
and the prosecutor.
The other thing is like, if people would go back to some of my videos that I've already posted about this, the wheels of justice do not move quickly. I filed, with the evidence, with the attached police reports, which there was 3 police reports filed in December, and this is based on, I can't remember actually, like, because some of them were kind of a combination, things.
Whoa, you can't remember why you filed police reports against another YouTuber? I
Yeah.
mean, that's just kinda, and those are the reports you're talking about when you say it could be based just on those reports.
Yeah, I mean, she's technically right for the most part, on everything she said so far. Like, technically, it'll be the prosecutor now, but I feel like people got it mistaken originally, as if it's the prosecutor who reviewed it and picked it up, or a DA, like, and then filed. No, like, yes, now it is out of her hands. Now, she did file, she did attach those police reports, and that is why I believe probable cause was found, solely based because it's no longer just the citizen's complaint. Now you have 3 documented police reports. I can't see really any judge saying, no, that's not enough probable cause, because that's 3 back to back to back in 1 month police reports. I think they're going to sway on the side of caution and just say, hey, send this over. And then if it ends up being nothing, okay. But it's
Right.
substantial enough to find probable cause.
What in the world happened in December that Brittany did, right? Because it couldn't be Craig's actions, could it? I get it's her channel, but I still don't, that doesn't make sense to me. And then it's like, what did she do in December that,
Allie, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I am
yeah,
very confused myself on how this is Brittany being charged versus Craig. Because from what I understand, the police reports are documenting alleged threats. Now, that's sidebar. If anybody has actually evidence of those threats, and when I say that, I'm talking about direct threats, because I did hear there were direct threats to Julie, and I have heard off the cuff comments that are threatening in nature, yes, but people have said that there were direct threats. I'm just curious if anyone has seen those or knows where they are. But with that being said, okay, if every one of those threats were documented, how has those police reports used to charge Brittany? That is confusing to me, because I can't, I- if maybe because she's the channel holder, but again, with a criminal charge, even on the lower end in municipality court, it's the person who did it who's accountable, not the, if you're going for the channel holder, that's more in a civil area, civil court, like of what you could go and pursue. But I don't
right.
understand how it's against Brittany versus Craig. Then what was in those police reports that incorporated Brittany?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. And surely the way that people watch her, if she had done something so egregious for 3 police reports in December, we would know. Like at least one of, like, I can't think of anything of anything. I don't know. Like, it's just confusing to me because I know that anything that she does, everybody, we all know about it. And if it's something that's actually bad that she's doing, she gets called out like crazy about it. So you'd think that we'd know exactly what that was. That was only 2, 3 months ago.
It's a great point, Allie. Every word of Brittany's is recorded. Every background noise is recorded. And I think that's also where I get the issue, because, again, I have heard indirect threats, meaning, yes, the topic may somewhat be Julie, and then in the background on the audio, you could hear Craig saying some type of, like, come to my house and no, 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 no. And again, I can't tell you exactly because I didn't hear these threats. So, but that's much different than a direct threat. Even saying, I hope you die in your sleep tonight, not the same as you are going to die in your sleep tonight. You see what I'm saying? So I want to know, like, what were the threats? And if people are saying they were direct to Julie, where are they? Because I would imagine they would be clipped already.
Yeah, absolutely. They would be. Okay, here we go. This is interesting. Hearing her tone and everything. It's just interesting.
That happened like, so like anything that was for, one party, for example, was not for the other party, right? Like,
Now, would you have to be there in person, or are you going to be
I-
allowed to do virtual as well?
I don't think I have to be there at all.
What does she
Oh,
mean by
okay.
that? Hold on.
Of them were kind of a combination, things that happened like, so like anything that was for, one party, for example, was not for the other party, right?
Does she mean Brittany and Craig? She can't remember the police reports because there were a combination of
assuming.
things.
I'm
And any
assuming, yeah.
okay. Okay.
Like,
Now, would you have to be there in person, or are you going to be
I-
allowed to do virtual as well?
I don't think I have to be there at all.
Oh, okay. You got an attorney. Oh, that's right. The state's doing it, so you don't need to.
It is.
Yeah,
I do not need an attorney, and
yeah. 'Cause the state's
I
doing
have
it.
not been informed that I need to be there at all.
Okay.
I guess I don't know. I just don't. I mean, let's put it this way. I would have to be informed that I have to be there if I do,
Right.
and I would guess it would be the same way, but I don't know. But if I did, but I would only appear as
As a witness.
I mean, but basically, our understanding, right, in this community is that when a prosecutor takes a thing, if there's charges, they file the charges. I mean, not they press. The prosecutor prosecutes, okay, in front of the judge, even if it's virtual. Okay, it's the prosecutor versus
The
generally,
prosecutor
my general
prosecutes.
knowledge of this is that a defendant or somebody charged with a misdemeanor. I just want to say
Duh.
if you type in that law, it is harassment.
Yeah, I
slash-
have it. I
It's
have it.
harassment, simple harassment / disorderly persons.
Can you pause?
I don't.
So there is no plaintiff, Cootie Queen. It would be for if you're referring to the citizens complaint, there is no plaintiff. It's the state of Jersey versus Brittany. That's how that works. But I'm sorry, I thought that was so funny. So the prosecutor prosecutes. Now again, go ahead.
She was trying to explain and kept getting it wrong. What did she
I
say
know.
before that? She's
I
like the
don't
judge. I
even
mean,
know. I think the prosecutor has to be there, even though it's virtually, because the prosecutor prosecutes. Okay. I mean, yeah, we're getting it real down to the basics. But yeah, there's no plaintiff. It's the state of Jersey versus Brittany. At least for the citizens complaint and that charge. But again, this is where it gets messy because we just heard her say that between both parties. Well, there's only, I'm assuming she's referring to Brittany as the party in the citizens complaint and Craig as the party in the RO. Because it's just Craig listed in the RO, correct?
Yeah, that's as far as I know. But again, I'm a little bit removed from it. Like I said, I kind of got to have some help. When I came on, I was like, listen, I don't know all of this. I'm figuring it out too. I'm not spending my life in this world. If I would like to talk about shit when it's going on, and you know what I mean,
Mhm.
continue on. So yeah, the way I understand it, the RO is just with Craig, and then this is just with Brittany. And
Yeah.
also, I heard that the no shirt thing was not true. Like I heard a clip of Brittany saying like, no, he had a shirt on. So I'm really curious about that. But yeah, as far as I
Okay,
know.
so Tip has says there have been lives made about the threats. I think you guys are just late to the game. Girl or boy, I was here before the game started, okay? So if there are those threats, which I'm not saying that there aren't, neither is Allie. We're saying, hey, have you guys seen it? And do you know where it is? Because everything is clipped and it'll help me get a much better understanding if I saw or heard the threats themselves, or if there were a substantial amount of people in the chat that were like, yeah, I heard it, like it's over here. I have heard indirect threats. I have heard Craig rambling and saying shit that, yes, is crossing the line, but have I heard direct threats to Julie specifically? No, that doesn't mean they don't exist. I just haven't heard them myself.
Right. K-Bird, you don't have to bite your tongue. You can say I don't care if you guys agree, disagree, as long as y'all just don't go at kids and keep it respectful, we can have discussion,
Yeah.
Okay. Here in a few minutes, she's gonna call herself and her stepson the plaintiff. She don't know what she's talking about. And I keep
Okay.
hearing that and seeing that.
That would make sense if she's listed as a plaintiff with her son in the RO. There is no plaintiff in the citizens complaint. Again, she's the complainant, the one who filed the complaint, but now it is no longer, it is the state of Jersey and a prosecutor who will handle that. But that's what I also have an issue with too, and that's the second thing I'll ask the chat. As far as I know, I remember when Brittany verbally referred to a public video. I will have her back for that. That was a public video and interview that was posted on Julie's channel of her interviewing one of her adult sons. And I've been seeing, or at least hearing that Julie claimed Brittany played it. I do not know that to be true. I do not think Brittany ever played it. Again, I could be wrong, but if she lied about that, because she straight up did lie about you're passing around this video of my child that's not public, because I remember when that happened in real time, that was not true. It was posted publicly to the internet. And guess what? Even if Brittany did review it and did play it, she's allowed to if it's publicly posted.
Yeah, and you guys know we literally do not like take it easy on Brittany. We will
No.
call it the way it is no matter what. It's just the way it has to be.
The
If
truth's the
she's
truth.
wrong, she's wrong. Yeah,
Yeah.
in our opinion. But yeah.
I've heard indirect threats to Julie as well. Craig's ignorant self did say she will be dead soon because she is old. Okay. That is, I think, what I did here. And again, it maybe if it was she will be dead soon, and that's more of a threat. She will be dead soon because she is old. I don't take that as a threat. I just take that as an ignorant statement, but it doesn't matter what I think. What do you think, Allie?
I, I agree with you on that. Now, I did hear he said something, and this is why I don't want to just repeat shit because it's not the way that rumors start here. You cannot just believe shit you hear. So I don't know if this is true or not, but I heard that this was one of the claims that people were saying that he said, like, other, when people have messed with us, they've ended up dead or something like that. And I mean, I don't think that's a threat. I think it.
Well, tip, if you're saying you would have to hear it yourself, do you have somewhere you could direct us to it? Because if it exists, just be like, hey, here is it. I would believe everything of Brittany's is posted somewhere on some clip channel. Like, does anyone have it?
Right. Okay, let's listen while we wait.
Know of any law that is called annoyance in New Jersey, but certainly doing things right that would alarm, cause distress to a reasonable person is considered, whatever behaviors that would do that or things repeated, whatever for it to be. I don't want to say too much. You understand?
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
I know. Yeah, don't
Because
do
it's
that.
the state.
Don't even take the chance. It's not
Right.
worth it.
So it's the state. It's not me versus them. It is out of my hands.
Right.
Okay. And I just the other thing I need to say is
Repeat. She's something. She's saying it's basically if there's behavior or repeated behaviors that would cause a reasonable person distress. But can't that be? I don't know. It just feels so hypocritical when we know the full picture of all the actions of everyone. You know what I mean? It's like,
It especially coming from someone, Julie, and again, one can be true, two can be true, like they're not synonymous with each other, but I could argue you going up and digging up her family tree of dead relatives and making content about that would cause a reasonable person distress.
for sure. Yeah.
Right? Um, I I struggle with sympathy with a lot of situations. Anyone who knows me knows that. But I struggle when I see you basically poke, 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 poke. And again, I'm not defending Brittany, but the truth is what the truth is. Julie is not someone I think was on Brittany's radar at all, really. And then you sit and you poke and you poke and you poke and you dress up like her, you dress up like Craig, you make your parody videos, you're going through her damn family tree. I'm sure you educated her on her family more than she even knew about her own family. And then you turn around and it's like, oh, but even if she bites back, like that is engagement. And I struggle with sympathy when it comes to engaging back and forth. And that's on a wide variety of situations. Once you're engaging, that is not behavior for me, in my opinion, that shows someone who's in distress or wants it to stop. I see you're poking back and forth. And at that point, you're both playing the game. You can't sit there and act like you haven't been playing.
It's exactly what we say about Brittany, and we would be
Yes.
hypocrites if we didn't stand up here and say the same because it works all ways. You know what I mean? But the shit that they do, like that, I don't know. Has Julie ever talked about Brittany's kids or her parenting at least? I know I've watched her nod out and like repeat maybe the shut up fatty or repeat like some of the stuff that we've heard. But I mean, I don't know. It just feels so hypocritical. It doesn't
I
feel
don't
serious.
know.
Good night, Red Castle.
Good night, Red Castle. To be fair, I don't know. I remember Julie hopping up on a lot of streams, and the streams were nothing but Brittany all day, all night. This is when everyone was rotating and doing literally from your channel to your channel to your channel to your channel, like reviewing the same thing. I didn't watch all those. Like, so I just remember though, whenever Julie would hop up, the times I did see her, it was always pick me energy and just trying to get praise. That's how I
Yeah.
always saw her.
So when you jump into a bunch of fights happening and you're jumping into all this drama and you're poking at somebody dressing up as them and stuff like that, you're definitely probably going to get a response. You got to expect that. And Brittany, same for her. When you're sitting here going off on people, poking all the shit you do, you're going to get a response. Like, you might as well, and you both everyone who does this, who plays this little game, benefits too. Don't ever be mistaken that there isn't a benefit to it, or why are they doing it? You know what I mean?
Tip, it's very obvious you're trying to, you know what, I'll keep my mouth shut.
No. I don't think Brittany said that, but I don't know if she did.
In my opinion, I think it's obvious what you're trying to do, but it's not a respectful way to do it. Which is crazy, Allie, because again, if this was a just call Brittany out on her shit live, which we have done many times, that energy wouldn't be there. But the moment that you could defend her for something, it's an issue.
No joke. It's like, dude, the dislike for someone is taking people's brains away. They cannot think critically.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's crazy. And yeah, I mean, and especially when we're absolutely open to being wrong, and you know what I mean? You show us, and that's fine. We'll acknowledge it. It's just haven't seen it, and it feels like mutual combat given our opinions. But
no, she didn't say that, Tip, actually. So, but if you knew already, then why'd you ask?
yeah,
You know, you're making it be known.
it backfired for Julie though, because if she'll do it with you, she'll do it to you. I didn't know she did like the full family tree like that, Melissa. Like,
Yeah, I
had
mean, I didn't watch, but I heard.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. We're almost done. Got about a minute and 20.
These, they found probable cause in, based on what I
Why is she so
filed,
nervous of
which
her
were
words? Like,
the 3 police reports that I had back from December. Okay, and it was filed as soon as the offices opened, after the new year, which is when I went in. But since then, there's been additional police reports that this is not based on. Like, that has not, because I have a video, you know, it says I filed this, and it could be up to like 45 days, they said, before a decision is made by the prosecutor. That was my understanding at the time from the clerk's office. And so nothing that happened in February, which included, in February, there was an additional threat that was, a police report was filed about, and there was also an additional, for example, like, somebody asked the entire internet to help them find my husband's phone number, to call them, to let them know what I'm doing on the internet, or something like that.
I reviewed that. She did.
Right. That police report was filed, and that did not make it into this.
Wait, which one?
Do you understand?
I'm not. Yeah, I get it. And I don't want you to say too much because
Right.
hey, everybody coming in.
So that's all I can say.
Which police report did she say?
Because I have a video, you know, it says I filed this, and it could be up to like 45 days, they said, before a decision is made by the prosecutor. That was my understanding at the time from the clerk's office. And so nothing that happened in February, which included, in February, there was an additional threat that was, a police report was filed about, and there was also an additional, for example, like, somebody asked the entire internet to help them find my husband's phone number, to call them, to let them know what I'm doing on the internet, or something like that.
I reviewed that. She did.
Right. That police report was filed, and that did not make it into this. Do you understand?
Like I'm not. Yeah, I get it.
sorry. I was running inside to get my laptop charger, and then I just got back outside on the porch, and you said, "What police report?" So I had to press back and then plug up my laptop.
It seems like she's saying that I don't know if it's within one police report. I understand what she's saying. she had previously filed this. When you make the citizen's complaint, yes, again, you walk out, you just file the complaint. It could take up to 45 days for the judge to deem probable cause or not. So I understand what she's saying. The first three are in there. Now, while that was, I was waiting around to see what the outcome for that is, there has been another, she's talking about two instances. One, a threat. Two, also when Brittany said, does anyone have, and I know she did say that, does anyone have Julie's husband's number? I want to contact him. I want to let him know what he's doing on the internet. I'm curious if those are two separate reports or one and the same. But the only way that her son, if she listed, see, I think again, it's rough waters to even go into the territory. But if she is filing this RO on behalf of both her and Spencer, and you're using, I'm just gonna shut up because this isn't my battle, and I don't want to.
I
I
don't
don't want
care.
to go
You
into
can
that
say whatever you
territory.
want. You can say whatever you want, but also, I respect you if you don't want to. But because I'm confused, it's all confusing to me. I don't know.
Are you muted?
No, am I? No, I bet the chat can hear me. Oh no, Melissa, did you lose my? Hold on. Let's see. Can you guys hear me in the chat? Because I can see my bubble moving. Let's see. Comments. How do I get all the yeah, they hear us,
Oh,
but
I can't hear her.
what
This
the
happened
heck?
last time too.
Pearl says, doesn't Julie have previous issues with threatening legal moves against the Proudfoots and nonsense? To me, it feels like she's looking for a moment rather than actually feeling scared or harassed. Hello?
Hi.
Whew. Okay. I don't know why it does that. And you literally heard me after I plugged in the computer. That is so
Mhm.
weird.
It is weird.
But Pearl said that doesn't Julie have previous issues threatening legal moves against the Proudfoots and nonsense? To me, it feels like she's looking for a moment rather than feeling harassed or scared. And I do not remember that. Maybe I remember something about that with the Proudfoots. Do you remember anything about this?
I feel like I do, but I can't say for certain. But I agree with Pearl's comment either way, because again, I did see the history with the TikTok and the Reddit and stuff, and it seems like a repeated pattern.
I haven't seen that yet, but now I'm really interested. Very curious to see that. And Ash
Mhm.
is so right. She said people have Brittany brain, like literally they're zombies. It's weird and it's so true. They really do because like people jump on us and we criticize her frequently. Hell, she said we're being in. You know what I
We're
mean?
part of the BNN.
Like, damn, but we can't ever have any opinions that aren't raw, like mad at her. No,
If
dude,
it's
it's not
wrong
like this.
and we call out Brittany for it, it would be really hypocritical of us not to call out when it's done to her. And I feel like people have an issue with that in general. Like they only will speak up when it's the ones they don't like, versus it should be across the board.
Yeah, please stop doing that. If you do that, recognize it within yourself because it ain't right.
No.
We're creating like this culture of just hypocrisy and audacity. I don't like it. So, yeah. Okay, Melissa, I got to ask you, like, what are you getting into? Are you still doing Laura on your channel? What are your plans? Like, anything else going on besides this
Besides
stuff?
Laura,
Mm-hmm.
I am so stuck on Laura, and like I haven't even finished scratching the surface, and my energy, I've been doing my conspiracy stuff and the Epstein on Patreon, which I am
Ooh.
so excited to hear tomorrow on the No Safe Takes Network. When I found out your topic, I'm like, oh fuck yeah. Like I am so excited.
Oh my
Um
gosh. Okay.
and
Yay.
but yeah, as far as my channel, sorry, I'm stuck in a Laura rut and I'm not moving anytime soon.
But wait, isn't she about to go to court?
She's going to trial in July. But
Okay.
she was just in bankruptcy court. There is so much that keeps coming out in real time, and I haven't even caught up with the past yet, but it's just insane. It's insanity.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, I can't wait for her trial. That's going to be big for you and your channel because the way you're digging in. I mean, is there enough information that it's going to take a long time to go through the rest if you just scratch the surface?
Yeah, it's gonna.
So
I'm
you might be
hope.
doing it till then.
Oh yeah, I'll be doing it straight to like that doesn't mean I won't do anything else, but like,
Right.
maybe I won't. I don't know. Like, but we're just hoping because it appears like a plea may have been offered and Clayton Eckerd spoke out saying that he is not satisfied. And if this is the we don't know the details, but if these are the circumstances, she will continue to victimize another man. And so, but we just have to hope Laura is crazy enough to not take the plea, and she is crazy enough, and I don't think she would ever admit guilt.
Mm. Neat says, I'm so invested in her case too. Oh,
Oh,
wow. That's interesting. She's like one of those Sarah Boone. She's never going to give up and take
no,
it to the
she is
end.
never gonna give up. Her lies are uh, insanity. I'm so thankful for everyone who came along for the ride with me because I just randomly popped up one day and I was like, "Have you guys heard about this?" Like, I actually remember I said it to Soup too because I the first day I found it, I was like, "Has anyone heard about this bachelor scandal? This crazy bitch who faked a pregnancy?" And I've never gone back. Like it has
Oh
been
my gosh, that's funny. I didn't
so
know it was a
crazy.
bachelor scandal,
Yes, Clayton Eckerd
connected to
from The
Bachelor.
Bachelor. That is the only reason it really
Wow.
got the publicity that it
Attention.
eventually got because there were victims before him, but Clayton was able to use his public platform to really garner support and attention, and thank God he did.
Wow. That's so cool. Yeah. I'll try to I want to pay attention to it if you're going to be following the trial. And you said even like Law and Crime are,
Yeah.
they're following it too. They've already,
Uh-huh. And then we
gotten
have Laura
approval.
Owens in the chat, Allie. I have no job and nothing to clean, so I just love having another channel.
I want to read Gigi's comments though really quick because even though I don't want to go back to this for too long, I just wanted to talk to you about anything. Gigi says this is important though to acknowledge, in my opinion, because while we have been, somewhat taking up for Brittany's side of things in this matter, this does remain to be true, in my opinion. Both BJ and Julie have their own agendas in their mind and do not listen carefully to what others are saying or trying to tell them. They just want to play victim and jump to their own conclusions. And even if you give Brittany constructive criticism, which she could learn from, she kicks you out. And that is the truth. Both of
There's
them.
no constructive criticism with Brittany.
No. No, it's hate. It's, oh God, I guess the mean girls have convinced you I'm awful. Just go along. That's easier for you, anyways, or whatever.
And she says she doesn't care where you go. But trust me, she very much does. She very much does.
Oh, Dr. Grande did a segment on Laura.
I know.
Here's a side question from K-Bird for you.
I
you seen
don't watch. Sorry, go ahead.
who they picked as the next bachelorette? You don't watch? Well, guess what? I heard a rumor. K-Bird, is this true? Is that Michaela Noguera? And I saw No Safe Takes mentioned in the chat, and that's tomorrow night. I'm excited.
Mhm.
That's cool you're covering that on Patreon because, like, I've been following it all along. When they did the last huge dump, I mean, I was on the FBI website going through it. It just wasn't something I was talking about, like, on the channel. There's
Mhm.
so much, and I wouldn't even know where to start, like, if it was something I would cover. It's just something I personally was
Well,
looking into, but
we have the link. It's Gmail, and so someone took the time to put all of Epstein's files, like emails, in and it's like accessible as if you are logging into your own email. So you're able to keyword search,
ooh.
you're able to look, give me everyone with Elaine, give me all of the ones with Elon's, I want to look up,
Oh,
like,
wow.
9/11. And it's actually insane. And every single one is linked directly back to the DOJ site. So you could see the original if you want to see the original. And it makes it so much easier to
Oh
navigate.
my
It makes it
gosh.
so much easier.
You should send me that because I would
Yeah, of
just wanna do it in
course.
my free time, and,
Yeah.
like, because I like, going through the website, like, I'm just clicking in order. I don't
Yeah.
even know what I'm clicking on until I'm reading it or looking at it. You know what I mean? And
It's
yeah,
tedious. Yeah. No,
it's
I absolutely will. It makes it
annoying.
so much easier because in Patreon we were like, pick a word. Like, what should I look up? You know, like beef jerky. Okay, we're looking up beef jerky. We're looking up pizza parties. You just keyword search it and it pulls up all the corresponding
Oh,
emails.
that's so cool.
Yeah.
Well, I know that so I was really interested in all of it, and then I saw that the Clintons and we've seen the pictures with Bill, like, some of these
Hmm.
pictures are just so disturbing and disgusting, I'm sorry, but, then we see, like, him getting his back rubbed and different stuff. Then we see they're not answering the subpoenas. They refuse to testify, so that was huge news for a while, and then finally them testifying, I just thought it was interesting, I mean,
It's
and
so
wanted to talk
interesting.
about that, so,
It's
yeah.
so interesting. And I hope, and without getting into it, I hope you touch on the fact that Hillary is using 9/11, which I take such offense to. She's using it to manipulate at a point in that deposition. Like, well, this is what I was doing during that time. I was getting justice for the 3,000 lives lost at 9/11, and starts going into great detail. And it's like, you, what her and her husband, you're disgusting. Do not use those victims' names to justify and get smeared in with this type of shit. Just don't.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be connected. I have not so I haven't watched their full depositions. I've just watched like different parts of it, but I do have them both saved. And I know that Gavel Geeks, when she saw my thing, she said my topic, she said that she has done like some fact checking. So my plan is tomorrow during the day to spend some time like just researching, watching, fact checking, trying to get prepared. And yeah, so I'll talk to you during that and have you show me like and we'll talk
Yeah,
about it some more.
I'll show you because it was just a 10-minute clip of when it got really heated and it specifically has that. And I would love for you to for at least just highlight that little bit for real quickly because it is a I was so upset. I was so mad when I heard because that is called manipulation and we talk about it so much. So instead of asking a very direct question, you divert it into this whole story about the 9/11 victims and what happened and how many lives lost. And you were fighting for justice when we all know damn fucking well what happened while we all know damn well what happened.
Interesting. So Monica says, did we see Shia LaBeouf's drunk interview? You know what? I actually was recommended that and I clicked on it and I think I saved it and didn't watch it. Let me find my phone. Have you seen it, Melissa? And I don't even know why she's asking her why it's relevant. I can't remember now, but I absolutely was recommended it and saved it, or at least thought about saving it. Have you seen it? Let me see. Oh no, can you hear me, Melissa?
Yes, sorry, I was reading Tip's next
Oh God.
instigating comment. Um,
Oh my.
it's someone really trying to get under our skin. I don't know why. Um, but I did not see Shia LaBeouf's drunk interview. I did see Shia LaBeouf got his ass kicked, but that's it.
Okay, let me see what I saved. And if they comment back about that, let me know while I'm looking. But Tip, listen, that's hilarious for so many reasons. You're not going to get under my skin, and I'm not going to block you. So have fun. Enjoy yourself. Honestly, for fun, I would find better things to do, but that's just me. And you know what? I know that first of all, I finish my sentences, okay? And I can keep track of what I'm talking about. But second of all, yeah, uh, she does mimic people and she's mimicked both of us quite a bit. Okay.
I'm sorry, but the way you came back around, but yes, she does.
I just had to add that because there are so many times I've heard her saying shit that I used to say years
Yes,
ago or I've said
yes,
to her, and I'm like, are you fucking serious?
for
Like
sure.
recently, she said something like, if I go, when I go into stores, sometimes I'll just compliment people. It makes me feel good. It makes them feel good. And, so I'll just compliment random people on their dress, their nails. And I'm like, you lying bitch. Number one, you said you look down and don't talk to nobody in a store.
Yes,
And I've told you I did that. So now
Allie,
you're taking on me what I
I
do.
It's just so funny time because I was just saying this earlier today. Back when I was friends with her, I explained how I'm a sapiosexual and she had no idea what that was, as most people don't. Okay. And so I had explained to her what that is. And I don't know if you remember this. You probably remember this shortly
Yes, I
after she
do.
had become a chat. Okay. Shortly after she had gotten a channel, we had a falling out. But then all of a sudden I hear this bitch say to her audience, I'm a sapiosexual, y'all. And I'm like, excuse me? Excuse me? You had no idea what that was. I had to explain to you. I was so yes, she does mimic, okay? She does. Like I was so pissed about that. But yeah, I've heard her take things that Allie says all the time. All the time.
Yeah, and things with you different, just all kinds of different shit. Not even just things we say, but all kinds of shit. And I won't get into it because you'll be like, "You petty bitch," and you
Yeah.
know what? Maybe you'd be right. So I'll leave it there.
Yeah. Just petty
I can't
shit.
find the Shia LaBeouf. I guess I didn't save it. Let's see. I'm gonna search his name just to see what comes up because now I'm curious why it's relevant. Okay, it came up immediately. That was the first thing. Channel 5 with Andrew Callaghan. Thank you, Tess. Oh, Tess, will you do me a favor and drop the link for No Safe Takes? Pretty please.
I
Oh, I
keep
guess he
asking
was
Tess to
talking
do that
about,
same thing.
he must have said some pretty outrageous shit in there, like, and that's why people are talking about it. It's uh I know that Sloan did a video 6 days ago talking about him having a
Mhm.
mental breakdown and stuff. So
Yeah.
he says big gay people are scary to him. That's the title of a Breakfast Club video. Shia LaBeouf says big gay people are scary to him. Oh, wow.
Shut up, K-Bird. No, she didn't. K-Bird says, "Oh my God, I'm Jay. She still uses that term. She recently said that's the main reason she." Okay. You don't understand. Like, and again, that's the shit that like the history that goes all the way back of years worth of like little things that get us to where we are today, you know, like, but you'll never understand like how crazy that is to like have a
Craig.
conversation with your best friend, you know, like, and explain, you know, hey, I'm a sapiosexual, but well, what's that? You know, like, oh, I'm attracted to people's intelligence versus looks, blah, blah, blah. And then like have a falling out and then hearing that person take on your story and say it as their own. And it's like, who
Like,
does that? Who does that? And so again, it's just years worth of petty shit on top of other things that just like it's ridiculous.
just bold as hell. She does it
Yeah.
too. Like you'll never see or hear it, but you got to hear and really think about K Bird's comment here. She still uses that term, saying that is the main reason.
That's a girl that is
Attracted to
not a
Craig.
sapiosexual. Just to let you know, that is not sapiosexuality. Craig doesn't fit the marker there. Sorry
Oh
to
my
burst your
god.
bubble.
Oh, geez, that's hilarious. Hey,
Yeah.
Shayna.
Hi, Shayna. Oh, that's so funny. That's more of a lesbiosexual,
Is that a real thing?
cortisexual. And it is. He's right there. It is. I don't know if that's a correct term, but in the last, shut the fuck up. Y'all, are you serious? Honestly, I'm more impressed that she even remembered the word. So I'll just let her take it. I'll let her take it.
No joke. That's pretty true.
That's so funny.
Oh my god, that is hilarious.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, there's a lot it reminds me of, like, Trisha Paytas. It's actually I won't say it. There's there's a lot of people out there who, do that. They take on other people's personalities and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and I don't know. It's
Remember when she used to do it with content? And I'm talking about very
oh my
specific
god.
content when I would be like, and this again, this is all a bunch of petty shit, guys. It doesn't fucking matter, but just taking a stroll down memory lane. I remember there was the time where I was like, and she was really new at this time, but like, I'm not talking about like the same true crime topic. I'm talking about, hey guys, I'm coming out and I'm going to be doing MK Ultra, celebrity glitches, reptilians, and clones. And then the next day, and I could prove this, okay? The next day she had a poll and she's like, all right, guys, y'all let me know what you want as your next topic.
This is so
MK
true.
Ultra, celebrity glitches, reptilians, or clones. And I was like, bitch. But then when I called it out, because I did call it out back then, it just got turned into, you can't dictate content. You don't own content, which, yeah, I agree. But, like, come on, those are very specific topics. Like,
You don't own MK Ultra. All
yeah,
kinds of people talk about that. Yeah,
yeah.
but I literally yesterday said I'm going
Just
to talk about
yesterday,
these
I
4
listed these
things.
4 things. Like, are you going to go through TV anchors turning into reptilians? Like, that is very specific.
And let me tell y'all, she's not exaggerating in the slightest.
No.
This is like word for word exactly what happened.
I have those screenshots buried somewhere. It was really, because people got so mad. You don't own that content. No, I don't. But, like, girl, come on.
That's so funny. Yeah,
Yeah.
but man, when shit was petty like that, you know?
Yeah. Back in the
Uh,
good
but
old day, honestly, I would, even though, let me be clear, there were many times that were not petty and that did cross the line. But, like, I miss the pet. Even when Bryn mentioned the 20,000 with Natasha, even though that wasn't petty, but I'm like, wow, that feels like forever ago, because when that happened, that was so unique to our community. And
mhm.
people were outraged, as they should have been. But, like, that was kind of the start, was it not? Someone correct me if I'm wrong, and at least if you come from, like, the Watts sector, that was, like, the first. Well, actually, did Natasha come first or did Lana come first with the lawsuit stuff?
I don't know actually. With the big fundraiser like that, Natasha, I think, was the first I saw, but
Okay.
to be 100% accurate, I wouldn't say that for certain. I just think it by memory.
I don't know. I blacked out most of that time period. I can't remember much.
But then we saw, and that's what I was saying earlier, like there was a lot of lawsuit funds that never came to nothing ever happened.
Yeah.
Never came to fruition, any lawsuits or anything. There has been a lot of real life showing people's families, like not as, it wasn't as dirty as then, but I hate when people say like the freaking injunction started the lawfare, or Jones and Foya started the real life. Dude, that is not true. That is
No.
simply not true. Hell, I remember a lot of shit being put out back in those days, in the Watts and the blackout days.
Honestly,
This
the
is
first one I saw was Armchair Detective and Shanann's brother, but I wouldn't categorize that necessarily as the same as this lawsuit community. But that is still ongoing.
wow. Yeah. I mean, and he's got no channel now or anything. So,
Yeah.
but yeah. So, but listen to Pearl's comment, claiming Craig's intelligence. Wait, claiming Craig intelligent or deep is as hilarious as Claminati saying Cletus has a near perfect IQ when that is not even a metric. Be impressed by your man, but don't lie to try to impress us. I wish I could have said that or heard Pearl's voice reading that to me
I
instead of
know,
my
it's just the
voice.
best voice, right?
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
reminds me of someone claiming to be on the Mensa panel too, but I digress. Yeah, no, that doesn't fit the scope of intelligence, at least in my opinion.
Oh, and I was saying before you came, and if we want to talk about like bringing these charges and, crazy bringing like threatening lawsuits and stuff, I remember Granny going to file charges on Kim and Kraft. And that's how I first learned about this citizen complaint thing in Jersey.
In Jersey,
Yeah.
she sure did. What a throwback.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I remember because she's like, I pressed charges on you. You've got charges. And then, like, we learned exactly what the process was and that it didn't
That's-
get approved to this level,
No,
which
it
is
didn't. There
interesting.
wasn't probable cause that was found. But again, I that's why I think, I'll just be honest, and this is my opinion only. Julie has the means. Julie, whether you like her or not, does have a history of making waves and getting places when she sets her mind out, if anybody knows like her history in the community. But I think again, it's once you're walking in with 3 police reports back to back to back within a month, they're gonna
That's
deem
true.
probable cause. Like, yeah, she reminds me of that friend. I forgot what I was gonna say now, but yeah. Oh, I think she
Maybe
has
it'll
the means. I think she has the time.
we go.
And I think she has the resources to follow through. That doesn't make it okay. I just think, she's starting with a leg up.
Yeah, that's true. And she will do it. And we know Brittany may not. She may not even give it the little, like, I don't know. She's just, hell, she wouldn't even follow through with the RO she brought. She wasn't
No.
showing up on time and shit for that. So
That
just
almost pisses me off than ones that are filed and fail. Ones that are filed, because that still was put on the docket. Again, people who are genuinely like they need an escape route now, they need to get out now, and their only hope is to go and file. They got pushed down off the docket while yours was sitting there waiting to be called.
Yeah, I was thinking, I'm glad you brought that up. And I was thankful you brought it up earlier because that really escaped my mind. And then you think about it and you're like, wait a minute, there are women trying to escape their abusive boyfriends, and there are, other
Men,
people trying to escape
men trying
abuse.
to escape their abusive girlfriends. Yeah.
Right. Or moms trying
Children.
to escape an
Yep.
abusive kid or vice versa. Yeah,
Yep.
it's just, and then this is taking the place of one of their hearings could be a little quicker. Yeah, that's pathetic.
The internet isn't regulated, and the court system, it's starting to catch up a little bit. But it's not regulated, and it's out of control, and it's just a fucking mess. Think about TT got, I don't know how, I don't know what she ended up doing, but don't forget TT got a warrant out on Moon.
Yeah, that's right. But I
Yeah.
think it was like only in that state or something, right? It
But
could only,
still, that's a
yeah,
pretty massive thing.
yeah, it is. But there's your proof though too that this shit has been happening for a long time. I wish people would, if they want to engage and fight back and forth in drama communities, stop running to the law, stop like going to taking people to court and shit. Just fight it out and go on about your life. Because people willingly walk in here and they willingly take part in these big fights, and then it always ends. It's like when they're out of shit to fight about, and then it's like, or it gets too deep, they're like, oh, lawsuit or police or restraining order, and it's just fucking stupid that it gets to that point.
It's really stupid, and I don't agree with having the community fund. And again, that's just my opinion. I don't agree
Same.
with having the community fund it, because it's like you're rolling around in the fucking mud with the pigs. That doesn't make everything that happens to you while you're in the mud okay. But like, but you know what? People don't give a shit. I've seen people give money like crazy on here, and it's like, one, what do you do? Like, where's that money coming from? Help a girl out. Two, like they don't care. They just throw it. So I guess that's on them. I just feel more, the only thing I do not like is the ones who are being directly like taken advantage of, and they do not have they're maybe on disability or a fixed income, or like maybe they have some emotional attachment to your story and the way you're portraying it. They feel like they can relate to it in one sense, and they're trying to help you, only for you to turn around and not even fucking follow through with it.
Yeah, it's really sad when you think about it like that. And Pearl, you're 100% right. She's way too disorganized and lazy to prepare, but she does have sometimes some mods and stuff that will help her and will do those kind of things for her. She loses a lot of good ones. I know that. And then Kim says people need to realize you don't know who's in the chat, you don't know who's listening, and what kind of state they're in.
But I loved
That's
what
true.
Soup said earlier, and I wanted to say it at the time. Soup, her comment was fantastic. The only person responsible for protecting my family is me. And I love that, and I resonate so much with that, because again, that doesn't make anything that anybody does okay if they cross that line, but you can control your family, your household, and what you put out on the internet. And so that is why, even circling back to what Jill said, how do you separate? You just do not publish any fucking thing that you are not willing to have be torn to shreds. And that doesn't make it okay or fair if it is torn to shreds, but it's published to the internet. The internet does what the internet does. And you are the only one responsible. You can't control anyone else. You can be responsible though and control your own family and protecting them.
Yeah, absolutely. And Monica, you're right. People do work so hard for their money. And I agree with you. She said, I don't understand why anyone would want to spend it on this. As much as I don't like Brittany, and if anyone deserves it, it's her, but not worth it if it was me. And I agree with you. Like I think it's cool to support the channels you like. That's one thing. But I wish subscribers would just stop. They get taken advantage of. I wish they would just realize you can support. You don't have to give hundreds of dollars. You don't have to help with all these major things. And honestly, if you've been here for years and years and years and you still can't buy your own shit, get a fucking job.
Well, and we've said it so many times. If you want to become a member of a channel, go for it. If you want to send $10, $20 here or there, go for it. But, and me and Allie are both content creators. Do not hand over large amounts of money to the creators. And also, there is a big difference between I am sending the money or becoming a member because I genuinely enjoy the content that I am consuming versus if a content creator has to continuously ask to fund their bills, their basic bills, and ask, like, hey, help me with Christmas, help me with this, time and time and time again. Protect your wallets, people, and again, what I don't understand, Allie, the people who pay just to be green, absolutely no membership perks whatsoever, no lives, no members only content, fucking literally, you're just paying to be green. I don't fucking get that. Like, shame on creators doing that.
Yeah, agree. At least do some kind of cool perks. And even just like for here, I am not doing memberships on this channel. If one day it turns into because I don't even know what I'm doing here. I was going to cover Girl World, LCU, and Krama. Now I can't really talk about that stuff. And I don't want to talk about Krama all the time. So one day when this channel might turn into something, maybe I would if it was a different audience, but I would want to be able to offer them something. Right now, people already membership to my channel and my Patreon, and I have like Discord and emojis or little videos or things. But you still, like for me, that still doesn't feel like enough. Like I don't understand how people do it and they just don't do anything. I don't get
How are
it.
you excited? Like I saw, like this woman in Brittany's chat just use the example that, multiple lives in a row, Brittany was saying she's going to cash out her to give her the money for the membership. My point is, I don't know if she did or not. That's not my argument. My argument is I'm like, wow, that's a lot of effort you want to go through just to be green when it doesn't get you anything. Like it doesn't get you anything. Well, actually, let me backtrack. She has locked down some of the lives recently to members only chat. So, I'll correct myself. But it really does nothing. Like, why are you going through that effort just to be green?
Yeah. By the way, if you guys are a member on my channel, on my other channel, because we don't have them here, and you're not in the Discord, please let me know if you want to be. Send me an email because I've built now it's got 5 different rooms, and then it's got a true crime, a real talk, a LCU and Girl World chit chat. We've got a shopping and snacks, and it's just I want to make it a really cool place for you guys to go and be able to talk to each other and talk to me. And I'm trying to do that. There's so much cool stuff you can do with Discord, and I've been hearing that for a long time, and I've never really done it. But after joining, not only the girls here and then the LCU, I've seen so much cool shit. I really want to build a cool little space for people over there. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm excited to do that. So you guys, if you do, send me an email.
Anything you do will thrive, Atlee. You're just so talented. You're a sweetheart. You always have such interesting topics, and you're always so thoroughly educated. And I know how much time you put into researching and preparing for every single live you do. And so, join the Discord because you won't be upset.
Well, I feel the exact same way about you. I feel like honestly, you are far beyond where you're at. I think that you will go so much further, and you deserve to be. Like, you're very smart and talented as well. And I think that I'm surprised that you're even here hanging out with me.
Are we love bombing each other? I feel like
Maybe.
we are. I feel like we're love bombing each other.
Nah, I'm being
Nah.
sincere. I'm being serious. I really do. Hell, I told you before you had a channel. This is a fun fact, you guys. Before Melissa ever had a channel, I remember telling her, dude, you are so smart. You are so well spoken. You have to do a channel. Like, I love listening to you speak. You are freaking brilliant.
I
So
came
I'm
up
being
here with
sincere.
you and Sherilyn Cadle before I had a channel. How crazy is that, Allie?
Oh my God. I know.
That's
And
so
we talked,
crazy.
and then we talked about what was the case? Was it Kendrick Johnson?
Kendrick Johnson. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, that is crazy to think about, but it was awesome.
We totally
Um,
are, Tiny. Are you guys falling in love right now? As much as you could love your bestest friend, absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
It's-
Sherilyn
Look at
Cadle
Grandma.
scares the shit out of me. I'm talking to you
Well,
too, Grandma. Honestly, like this is what I've been so excited with the No Safe Takes Network. It has generated conversations to start, and you're starting to get to know. Hey, like I know you, but like I didn't know that we had that many parallels and we had that many interests in the same topics. And so I've been so excited getting to know everyone more and hearing everyone's thoughts and ideas. And Grandma basically has my brain. I'm just saying, like, as far as like all the topics, she is so thoroughly educated, and
I
I can't
know.
wait to hear what she covers.
It's really funny and cool because that's absolutely true. And hearing you guys talk, it's just like ding, 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 ding. Like, it
Mhm.
comes out so fast. You guys
Yeah.
both know so much about it. But all right, I guess I'm gonna let you guys go because it's getting to be late. But I'm so glad you came up here with me. Thank you,
I'll always
Melissa.
come up to be with you.
I
Oh my
love
God, it really
it.
does sound like we're falling in love.
And
It's that intelligence, Allie. Come on.
no, but I am so glad because, like, yeah, I just love bouncing this shit back and forth with you. It's just a crazy place, and it's a lot to digest and go through, and I appreciate you coming up and doing it with me. It's fun.
Well, I love you. Thank you for
Interesting.
having me.
I love you too. I first started following MJ during the Gannon fundraiser meme live.
Oh, that was so long ago. Thank you, Shelly Bean.
I remember that. That was
Yeah.
that was fun though. Like, we just picked on Letitia, you know?
Yeah. We're good times.
It
All right,
is a
I'm gonna
crazy place, Shayna. All right.
I'm gonna hop down to
We'll
let you
talk
say
to you in a
goodbye,
little
but I
bit.
love you. Talk to you soon.
Okay.
Bye.
Love you. Thank you. Bye. Love you. Bye. All right, you guys. I'm gonna let you go. I'm so tired and I need to let my brain rest a little bit before tomorrow because we have the no safe takes. And this weekend I want to talk about some true crime. Like, it's been a little bit. So last weekend that was the plan. But Bentley, I don't even think I've been live to tell you guys. By the way, we didn't because Saturday Bentley had to go to urgent care. Ours was not open. We found a shitty one. They were terrible. When we got there, they literally told us, "Oh God, a doctor's not going to be able to see him for at least 2 hours. We have to call." And they had him in and out with far less time than that. They literally just didn't want to deal with us. It was an awful experience. It was a long weekend. And then this week I've been, over on that show. So this weekend, I really would like to get some true crime talking done. So yeah, if you're interested in that, maybe I'll see you over there. If not, thank you for being here. Thank you again to Melissa. I appreciate y'all. I hope you have a good night. Sweet dreams. And yeah. Oh, speaking of dreams, right before the damn doctor, he had a fever dream in the middle of the night Friday. It was scary shit. Like, dude, if you've experienced that kind of thing, it's weird. It's scary. It's just like nothing else it's like nothing I've experienced watching somebody go through that. So anyway, it was a weekend. But yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys over there. And if not, have a good one. Thanks again for coming. And yeah, I'll talk to you soon. If you know me, you know I could continue to loop here for about 15 minutes and just ramble about shit, but I am going to save you from that and just end it. Have a good night. Bye.